Holy nostalgia.
On today's episode, we invite Gomez, host of the Sleevie G podcast, to put the Nick Cage classic from 1997, Con Air, to the ultimate test, the nostalgia test. I told you to put down the bunny.
We're calling it a classic, Dan. I'm jumping right in here. Where'd you go? We're calling it a classic.
Well, I mean, Manny,
we're gonna call this freaking classic. I'm just gonna say something. Okay,
say your thing. Let's go.
I'm gonna say my thing. You talk about this movie all the time. Like you've kind of like you have a thing for Nick Cage. I don't hate Nick Cage. I think Nick Cage has his own. You know, I love the movies that make fun of that. When he finally realized that he is Nick Cage and he's a Nick Cage guy and he acts like Nick Cage, and he has that movie where it's called The Immense Talent or something. I forget exactly what it is. This movie you talked about so much, and I'm like, this is going to be great. I can't wait. And then I saw it. Wow. I'm going to stop. I'm going to hold my tongue on all the things I want to say about this.
I have notes upon notes.
Man.
I texted you something today, but today, welcome everyone.
We got a guest.
Nostalgia Test podcast. Yes, we have a guest today. A guest that we've been talking about getting on for quite a while. It's been a back and forth. We talked about so many things that we were going to do, and then Con Air came up, and I was like, let me just see if
I love that you have a list. Sorry to interrupt. I'm not sorry to interrupt. This is what we do. But there's a list, and we keep trying to check off the list of the things that we're supposed to do, and then every once in a while I'll see something or be surfing through 2:00 in the morning movies, and I'm like, Con Air. I'm like, dude, let's do it. Let's just do it. Because
that was the choice. That's how it happened, everyone. That's the behind the scenes.
How it happened.
What's up, Gomez? Nothing much. What's going on, guys?
Welcome.
Finally.
Introduce yourself.
So, yes, Gomez from the Sleevie G Show, formerly from Playlist Wars with Brian Colburn. I was excited when Brian and I developed Playlist Wars. It was a lot of fun trying to find my niche on that. And, I started going with the movies and the video games. And I found my voice that way. And so it just became a passion. Brian is such an encyclopedia of knowledge of music. Oh, yeah. He really is. And, big shout out to Brian. Glad he's doing
scared
better.
On his show. I'm scared to be on his show.
Don't be scared.
Because he is so knowledgeable, and I like music, and I like all type of music, but I don't like deep dive into music. Danny's more of that guy. and when I go on and we have to do playlists rankings, I'm I feel inferior in this conversation. I just so sit back.
Did I.
Really?
So did I.
Okay.
Because when I first started the first 3 episodes, I was kind of getting the feel for how we're doing this. And I remember it was episode 4, we did Beastie Boys.
Oh.
And one of the songs is No Sleep to Brooklyn, and I just thought, wow, what if I brought up this old Steven Seagal movie and everyone's like, oh, that's it. We found what you can do. We found your niche. And I'm like, all right. So movies, TVs, video games became the thing for me. Mm-hmm. And so I've been known as the movie central TV video games, Grand Theft Auto to death it. You know what I mean? It's like every song we talked about, there's always a Grand Theft episode of, please, Rockstar, let me get Grand Theft Auto 6 as quickly as possible.
Not out yet? No, right? They just teased it.
They're teasing it. It's supposed to be coming out 2025.
Jeez.
So Brian and I,
drip.
Yeah, no, tell me about it. So Brian and I, we were having not conflicts, but scheduling issues because he's got older kids. I have younger kids. He's got to be there for their games and stuff, and I have 2 younger kids that go to bed at 8:15 at night. So, we said, well, why don't we just take a little hiatus? And the hiatus turned into, what am I doing now? My wife said, you can go back to podcasting, do your own thing like you've been saying, or you can go back to playing pool. Try to go back to Vegas and win a championship.
Oh shit!
I chose.
He was that good, huh?
I wouldn't say I was that good. It was the team, not me. I was
money right here. Mom
with the hair. Yeah, no, I don't have that hair, and I didn't have a shirt that said Vince, but that would have been great though. So I developed the Sleevie G. I went on Twitter, called it, figuring out what I should call it, and I remember a couple of guests called me the sleeveless one. So as you can see, I used to do all our shows just like this, like I'm hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
and it developed into something. Brian was the first guest in January of last year. I had a 2-time Emmy Award winner, Christina Bear, who's a local New Jersey. She worked for WPX Channel 11 New York. She worked for News 12 New Jersey. Cara DeFalco, all these people. Don Smith. It's an amazing barrage of how many people I've met and have been mentors pretty much throughout my year and a half of podcasting. And in October, I'll be celebrating 100th episode.
Wow. That's
nice.
amazing.
Last year in August of this time, I just got 50 episodes and I just broke 500 downloads. And, I was so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now here I am on my own, 1,100 downloads, for a small indie guy.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that I've been very lucky and I've been very blessed. Right opportunities, right times, grinding it. You know what I mean? Like, Brian, like we said before earlier, Brian gave me the best advice. It's not a race, it is a marathon. You cannot stop. Once you stop, you lose the momentum. This summer, I put out an action-packed summer, the last 2 weeks of August, 6 episodes in 2 weeks.
Wow.
3 in each week. There was so much good stuff that I just could not wait to share with people.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I mean?
what can people expect when they're listening to the
unedited and unraw? It just raw and unedited. No,
and about anything
and
any
everything.
genre of movies, any genre of video games.
I haven't had. It's been funny. I haven't had any video games or movie guys lately. I've had music. I've had awareness. I had domestic violence, drug overdoses, raise awareness on charities. We're doing. I had a lot of musical talent this year, I was surprised. I got into it, and let me tell you, it's been a ride. Hopefully for the new year, hopefully the movie stars starting to come a little bit. I'm still grinding away on that department. Trying to talk to video gamers, like guys who've gone and played in like a Pokemon championship, or I'm trying to outreach to a lot of people still. It's a lot of emails, a lot of back and forth, and I just can't stop the grind. If I do, I feel like I'm going to lose the momentum. But, guys like you guys supporting Brian, girls from Kick Up Your Heels Entertainment in Toronto, my boy from Next Level Customs in Philly who made my shoes and my video game controller. These guys have been a great supporter of the show. And, you guys have been there for me, and we always reached out to each other to see how we're all doing. You gotta
see if we could get you connected to Game Changers and get them on your show.
Dude,
they were on our show. The director, and
Scott Barber.
Scott Barber, and talking about the show. We want that show to be made. So the more we could spread the word. First of all, go and watch our episode if you haven't seen. But you should talk to him because you love video games and stuff, and you would love to. I'm sure you guys could get a whole conversation about different things.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I can nerd out. Yeah. I can nerd out like we're gonna nerd out right now with this movie.
Yeah. All right, let's get into
Manny,
it. Guys, tell everybody first. Like we'll say it at the end, but right now, for people who are listening at this moment, where can they follow you?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. So guys, I my link tree is the easiest. Link tr-e/Sleevie G79. It connects you to all my social media, all my YouTube channels, Spotify, Good Pods, everything. So that just puts it in perspective. Actually, and I got to mention Unfiltered Studios podcast, Unfiltered Studios Network. They're an amazing podcast, family of mine, awesome people, great support there. And also, I'm on New Jersey's first internet radio station. I got on, and it's amazing. So you catch me there from RadioGardenState.com from 2 to 3. We have live. We have 2 live guys right now, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9, and with Chris Bigelow, and Mike Ham from Greetings from the Garden State podcast is doing happy hour from 4 to 6. So it's like I said, there's a lot of things going on, and
it's amazing.
I've been pumped. So this summer's been great to me.
All right. So we made you stop for a moment and watch Con Air.
Oh, listen,
let's get into the facts.
Just a little bit of facts, and then we're going to jump in. Con Air, 1997. Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, John Malkovich, directed by Simon West, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. I mean, written by Scott Rosenberg, Dave Chappelle,
Dave Chappelle, 8-Ball.
8-Ball, yeah. Ving Rhames, McKelty Williamson,
Danny Trejo.
Dude,
This was stacked.
This was an all-star cast. I gotta
When
say,
they kept coming up,
Monica Potter.
What? I'm like, what? He's in this? He's in this?
Mhm.
He's in this?
Yeah.
I'm like, no way.
Yes.
It was Ving Rhames. Ving
No.
Rhames.
Ving Rhames.
I mean, like, he's awesome in Mission Impossible.
oh
Like,
yeah, I love all the
you
missions.
know,
Great in everything.
everything he's in, he's great in. I
Yeah.
was like, yo, the list, it kept coming. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This is the, I was like, what
Summer
kind of, how much
blockbuster,
did
bro.
they pay for this movie?
$75 million.
Okay.
And it
gross.
made 200 something million dollars. Okay, it's a
Mhm.
huge hit, and this is a summer blockbuster.
It
This
was.
is the type of shit that we are missing now, in my opinion. A movie about explosions. That's what
Yeah.
this movie is. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean the only good movie in 2024 so far that I've got that was action packed and explosive was actually Bad Boys 4, the fourth one.
That was very explosive. Is
I
there-
thought it-
I
thought it
was gonna.
was the better
Did you
one.
like it?
I loved it.
You loved it.
I loved it. I
actually-
thought it was great.
I thought it was entertaining. I was like, I wanted to hate it because I'm like, God, the fourth one, really? We're going this deep. And you know what I liked that Lawrence had a more of a role in this one.
Mm.
yeah, he did.
Lawrence, it was like really centered around Lawrence.
I actually loved Reggie, man. Reggie kicked ass in the movie.
Yo,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Reggie.
Reggie,
Yo,
that's
my
boy.
wife doesn't really know the franchise, and
Right.
and I know
Oh,
this is
God.
not. We're not gonna get to Con Air right now, Dan. This was I wanted to bring this up. Reggie
Go ahead.
had the greatest. Like I was like, oh my God, it's Reggie. Like I was
And
like,
then-
dude,
and
that's so good.
And then all I remember was the very first movie
Oh
or
God,
the second movie he was in, and they're like, "Look at you, man. What, you look like you're 35."
yeah. He's like, where you think you're going?
You
Because they're
ludicrous
acting like
looking guy.
drunk, right?
Yeah,
He's like-
Yeah.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
yeah.
Oh my god,
Dude, there's a, and I knew it was gonna happen. You could go on YouTube and watch the different Reggie scenes.
Oh yeah.
So you watch from the first time you meet Reggie, and as he like progresses, and then what happens in this movie. This is spoiler, guys. He
my God.
kicks fucking ass in that
Yeah, he
movie.
does, he
It's so
does, man.
good.
Oh,
It's
my
so
God.
good.
I mean, from where
Sorry, Dan.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say this before.
That's a nostalgia test tangent.
Okay.
Yes. It was good. It was good. I had a good
Yeah.
time. Reggie, those two, it was good. They know how to like hit the nostalgic strings, and the film in that they always have some like new way of filming something. You see,
Yeah,
like when they took the gun
Yep.
and they were like,
And they were showing him like a point of view action. That was the best one I've seen
Yeah.
so far. And God bless to the director and everybody who did that. You know, Martin Lawrence, Will Smith, Reggie, my boy Reggie. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah,
And
yeah,
almost all the original cast from the first, second, and third movies were
Oh,
all
wow.
there.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
you
That's
bring
pretty
back
awesome.
some past. So
I'll check it out. I'll
you
check it
got
out.
It's
I'll check it
It's
out.
not nostalgic
It's
yet, but it will be.
it's definitely
Oh, it
nostal-
passes the
it
nostalgia test
will,
now. Then okay.
I will say that it's definitely nostalgic.
Uh-huh.
They did a really good job of like playing homage to like everybody that's been in the
Yeah.
series and stuff. But
Con Air.
right
Yeah,
now, my
back to Con
favorite.
Air.
But yeah, let's go back.
Manny, I feel like you are trying to ignore this movie, and because
I'm not.
I want to say this.
I
Like,
just think it's crazy that it's this many stars that it
But
could
it's
have like it was a good movie, but it could have been so much like with this much headliners.
yeah.
How was this not? I guess it was a blockbuster, but like,
I had to- yeah.
how was this not like even better than it was?
Well,
Sorry, the storyline was fucking horrible, guys.
oh
Come
no.
on,
Here's
it
the
was
thing.
like
Look,
I
this
like getting
movie-
it's an action film.
This is a bad
like,
movie.
come on.
But this is a great movie. Like
Yes.
I've texted you before, and I was
I
like,
would argue the
this-
worst person in this movie is Nicolas Cage.
he is Forrest Gump. Like this is Forrest Gump.
What is
with
this accent?
explosions.
Like
Forrest
it comes,
Gump.
it goes,
It's a Forrest Gump accent.
it comes, it goes. Like, oh,
Hello, hummingbird.
Get the
Oh,
fine
my
china out. Daddy's coming home.
Do your
He's like
homework.
learning
He's like,
origami
don't
in
forget to do your
prison.
homework.
He sounds like Sean Connery as he was James Bond.
Yeah.
Oh God. It's so bad. Like it opens with that, like, about the Rangers. And I'm like, this is opening like a parody film. Like the guy doing the voiceover sounded like it was gonna be like Airplane or Hot Shots. Like I was just like, and then Nicolas Cage gets off a shrimp boat. It looks like.
I thought it was a shrimp boat.
Right? Like, and then
I thought it was a shrimp boat.
It was so weird.
It was weird. The beginning of that movie was not this movie.
No,
Like it was like the scenes were even different. The film, the way they shot it, the coloring, everything.
It was all different.
Not the same.
No.
Like we were watching two different clips, movies.
Yeah.
Like they decided to like flip it, which I found out while reading into this. John Malkovich was really pissed off during this movie because they would change the script daily, which kind of makes sense.
Surprised there was a script.
I thought the script was written like 19 times, and Malkovich's character was the one that got changed so many times because of his intellect in this movie. They made him too smart, then they made him too deadly. Then the Cyrus the Virus nickname, you know what I mean?
Oh God.
What did he say? What did Cusack say? He's the poster child of the criminally insane.
He's 39 years. Oh, this is my favorite thing. I had to write this down because the math doesn't make sense. Cyrus is 39 years old. First of all, John Malkovich's character is 39. He doesn't look 39. I'm 42. Like
I'm 44.
He's 39, and he spent 25 of those 39 years in prison.
So he got caught when he was a kid?
He's like either in and out, but that means he would have had to like. How does that make sense? They didn't pay attention.
Well, first of all, the beginning of this, right? Let's get into that. He sees his wife, right? They're at the bar. She works there. Now they're like slow dancing. This bar is like a dive bar, but yet there's also like romantic slow dance. It reminded me of The Bodyguard. Remember when they danced, like slow danced in that bar, and when she first heard the song? So like, I was like, okay, and then like this asshole, and I'm like, why? What is
because you need one. You needed an asshole.
Yeah, you needed it in order, or else there is no movie, right? But the biggest asshole in this movie was the judge, because he got arrested in Alabama. This was a state offense, but for some reason it was federal because he's an army dude. Like, so he said the
doesn't
work that way.
First of all, if you've never seen it, Nicolas Cage defends his wife from a band of lunatics.
No, they were attacking him.
Well, she ran away.
I understand. They're saying she got away. And it's pouring all of a sudden. Like,
it was raining heavily. Didn't he show the guy's nose with one punch?
Yes. He's like,
he did that thing.
Like,
what was that again?
Like, it was crazy. But like, I was why couldn't he have just gotten away with self-defense on this one?
Well,
the guy
because
he's a knife.
Well, no, but here's the reason why, I think. Because first of all, he's military trained. That's why. You are wearing the colors of where you're coming from as a ranger.
Right.
Yeah.
So not for nothing, if I came up to you and shoved your nose up your freaking head and I was wearing clothes, I would be going just to jail and a regular judge. But because he's working for the military, he's under United States law. Okay. He has to face the music before federal judges, not regular judges. Because now it depends on his status as an Army Ranger, his status of, he loses everything from that. You know what I mean? His pension for crying out.
But he was defending himself, though. This is self-defense.
But that's not how they saw it.
Yeah, he's not subject to the same laws.
No, but that's like they say that that's not real. Like he would be still just subject as a person. Like this is self-defense, man. The guy had
it is self-defense 101.
The guy was going to kill him,
but he took. The other two guys took the knife and ran.
Yeah.
Like when you see that scene, it's like, I got to get out of here. Like they were out of there.
No, but the thing is, when you're military trained and you're able to disarm and kill somebody that quickly, you're registered as a lethal weapon. Hello, Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon. There you go.
Yeah.
Good example.
There you go. I mean, he killed that guy. He pled guilty because his lawyer couldn't handle it, and then he still got 7 to 10.
He got 7 to 10 years. Should have got 3 to 5. She got 3 to 5, but he got 7 to 10.
7 to 10. That's a lot of time for like involuntary manslaughter.
And then we see the
serves 8 of that time.
lovely long hair of Nicolas Cage.
Yes, the mullet.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
the mullet or whatever it is.
Dude.
whatever that was. What was
it?
that?
That was a horror.
I don't know.
like
There was one
weeds.
shot in slow motion.
I want to know what
Everything
guy was
was in
smoking
slow
when
motion.
they made that makeup of him.
Oh,
I don't
What
know.
was
Dude.
that? What
I mean,
was
I
that?
think-
I don't
I feel like
know.
they were trying to make him be like Bruce Willis.
Oh, you can't
like,
make
they
Bruce
had-
Willis out of Nicolas Cage.
No, because like they had him in the like Die Hard kind of look like the white
They did.
Okay,
tank top.
okay, yeah,
You
the
know,
Die
like,
Hard.
they're like,
Maybe they were
oh,
playing
gotta
homage.
show the muscles.
Listen, you got to give homage to Bruce Willis. Maybe that's why it's been so long for Die Hard.
Yeah.
You had a couple of crappy Die Hard movies.
Yo, the last one was terrible, but I like 3
There
and
was a-
2. 3,
I
2
love
were
one.
alright.
I love 1, 2, and 3.
One, yeah.
One
Yeah,
is come on,
Vengeance was sick. I like it.
Vengeance was good, but you can't go without Christmas without throwing somebody out the Nakatomi building.
No. No.
Still a
It is
Christmas
a Christmas
movie to me.
movie. It is.
And so is
Cool.
2.
I think we figured that out.
And 2
School
is
is
2.
very important.
2 definitely was, especially it was in New York. Yeah.
No, it was in DC.
Dude, the school. Oh, the second one.
Yes, it was in one.
DC. Yes,
Yes,
the
the
guy.
third one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, New York was the third one.
Get
With,
your
Yes.
Die Hard straight, man.
what's his name?
Don't
Yes.
mess with Die Hard with me.
You're robbing City Hall. You can
All right.
rob City Hall. What you
So,
say?
so now we have to go through this whole like Departed montage of Nick Cage in jail, and he's like writing letters to his daughter, who Monica Potter, his wife, was several months pregnant in that scene. She didn't even look like.
What is she like? No, she was like a month or. First of all, how do we know it's his kid?
Well, apparently it
I
was,
know.
but like,
But he
she
was
didn't-
gone for 6 months,
yeah,
and she looked like she's like 8 weeks pregnant in the first scene.
she might have just like had sex the day before.
Is that
And just
my
like,
baby?
did she have like? I was like, where's the belly? There's nothing.
How's my
there.
baby
Like,
girl? Like,
Yeah,
how does
yeah.
he even know it's everything was terribly written, and
Yeah.
I think like
we just have to
But it
get
was
to the
still
point.
good.
They were like,
still
So
good.
let's fast forward to getting him on a freaking plane.
But wait, but we have to watch Nick Cage learn Spanish.
Yes,
He's learning origami.
origami,
He's just
which we don't see him use
like,
again.
this is so stupid. He never uses it. He's just like,
No,
why is he
No.
learning Spanish? Where is he going?
And
Like,
then he thought he was going to
Listen, he wants to
Mexico.
know.
and then he
does
has to
he-
write these letters to his daughter. Like it was so painful to listen to.
We
him
needed to
read
hear the
this.
voice that he trained really hard to
Oh,
get.
my God! And
Sean
then we gotta
Connery,
watch.
You want to be?
We gotta watch him give diabetes
Sean
to
Connery
poor
from
baby.
Alabama.
Yeah, Sean Connery from Alabama. Meet Forrest Gump.
Oh, seriously. Oh my
Oh, my
God. Anyway, then
Yeah.
he's given those like snowballs to poor baby-o who's already diabetic. I mean,
Well,
like,
baby, listen, I'm a type 2 diabetic. You got to have your snowballs once in a while. As long as it fits perfectly in his mouth, he's happy, man.
I felt so
Okay.
bad though. That was the same.
I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist.
That was the
And there were-
same.
And they were pink too, by the way.
Oh my God, that is amazing. That is the same.
Same
The
actor that played. That's the actor who played Bubba from
Yeah.
Bubba Gump.
Bubba
Shrimp.
Gump.
So
And he
did-
kind of
But-
goes
but-
through a
But
scene.
he didn't have the big. He didn't
No,
have
he
the.
didn't have
have
the
the-
lip.
He didn't
No.
have the gums. He didn't have the big
Getting-
gums.
nope,
Getting
not
caught,
in
but he
this
still
one,
had an ailment, which he was sweating a lot the whole time.
because he was
They're
in
like,
almost
you sweat
diabetic
well.
shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was
Same.
a type 1 diabetic. Actually, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
He-
legit case.
he should have
That
like
was-
Snickers on the plane or something.
They should have given
No.
him the damn insulin right as he got on the goddamn.
Oh no, you can't.
Well,
because,
don't forget that like
Oh,
the
right,
cops
right.
are treating them like crap. Like they're
Well,
criminals.
no, they're criminals.
right?
But
We're
don't
not
forget,
supposed to like them.
No, but you know what? In diabetic form, you have to take a shot at a certain time. You just
yeah.
Right. Okay.
as a type 1. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
actually know a few people. So in that
Okay.
case, that is they did that legitly true.
So they got that down.
They got that
Yes.
down good.
Okay.
They should have gave Baby
I
a
mean, that was a major plot in the movie.
It was the only
it had to
plot
be down.
point in the
The
entire-
whole point it was of him not leaving this damn plane was because his friend
Yes,
wasn't
right.
leaving the plane.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
This whole movie was because of his friend. And then
That's
at
right.
the end, I'm like, wait, all this for that? And then that happens? I was like, are
Yeah.
you kidding me? That was
I know.
crazy. I was
This
like,
is a movie about a one man's journey to find a syringe, and
Yes.
and be a terrible father because he's just like,
He could have
got a-
easily just gone home. Like
He
on
could
the
have just
first
went.
stop.
He should have just got off the plane. Jesus Christ! He should have just got off the plane, went to his kids, get his bunny to his daughter.
Yeah.
First of all, can I ask you a question?
Go
before
ahead.
we would? Where the fuck did he get a bunny from jail?
I don't know.
Listen,
Th-
you could
this-
get cigarettes and you could get, well, he kind of brought that up. He's like, better than cigarettes and whatever he said. Like two
What the-
packs.
This ain't Shawshank Redemption here, folks.
Yeah.
You're not bringing in a rock hammer. This is a freaking toy bunny. They not for nothing. You're in jail with hardcore criminals, murderers, rapists,
Yeah.
guys who planned the Unabomb problem that was there.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you
that's
bought
true.
the bunny off the
that
store?
thing had a staple on it. It
Yeah.
had a staple.
Exactly. It was in a
Could
package.
have used that shit for something. Like,
it was in a
They
package.
wouldn't have let that happen. It was in a package.
There's no way he would have
It
gotten
wasn't
that.
even a loose bunny. It was like
No,
he just
it was a
went and pulled it
package
off
bunny.
of like
A toy store.
like a stand.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't
exactly.
a loose bunny.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't even a loose bunny. It didn't get loose until the end. It became a wet
and
bunny.
and how did that happen that the bunny got loose till the end?
No,
Like,
Because
all
Billy
that shit.
Badass.
oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, it
yes.
should've
Not
been
Billy
okay.
Badass, but whatever his name was. I forgot.
Billy Bedlam.
Billy Bedlam. I call him Billy Badass because he thought he was badass.
First of all,
Yeah.
Cool little
everyone
scar.
had some shitty names in this movie. Billy
Horrible.
Badass, Diamond Dog,
Diamond
Sally
Dog, come
Can't
on.
Dance.
Diamond Dog, you can't go wrong. They were talking to Denzel for the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Sally Can't Dance. That was the most offensive
God.
thing I've ever.
Oh yeah,
Like this movie again is also made at a time where like you can do anything. You could
and not
be-
get in trouble.
and not get in trouble. And that so as soon as I was watching, I was like, yeah, they're not that you can't
Was
make
it-
this movie.
Danny Trejo's character was Johnny,
23.
John- 23, and he was talking to the guard like, "You're going to be number 24."
Yeah, I was
Yeah. Right away, he like he couldn't hold himself back so much that like as soon as he got let out, it was like, yes, let's go.
Let's go for it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Well,
I mean, there were some funny parts in this movie. I mean, Larkin, aka John Cusack, was
Amazing.
great. He did phenomenal in this movie. This was probably one of his. He's got some good movies under his belt, but
Mhm.
to kind of be in a serious action role, like
Yeah.
not meant to be funny, but he still kind of was.
Oh, yeah.
He did really good in this.
he-
And I like a lot of his old work though. My favorite still movie is Better Off Dead and One Crazy Summer. Two of my favorites of him.
I liked his the fact that they cut to his slipper, his sandals.
Birkenstock.
Oh yes, the sandals.
He was wearing Jesus sandals with
The
socks.
Jesus sandals. Who the hell
He
was
did
I mean-
all that
Socks.
shit though in those sandals.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
And then like the scene where they're in the jail cell and he's like, don't touch anything. That was a serious thing that happened. Explosion. That was it. It was like,
That-
all right,
that
we're gonna
guard-
cut to something else.
What a moron. Don't touch
Yeah.
anything. He sits down, sees a box, says, don't open. He's like, oh, I'll open this. It is
Yeah.
this jail cell of the most elite Hans Gruber like fucking villain.
Yes.
And you're going to open up a box that says, don't open.
What, Hans
You
Gruber?
deserve to die. Well, I
Wouldn't
mean,
go-
he's supposed to
wouldn't-
be.
I
He's
wouldn't go
supposed
Hans
to be.
Gruber. I would have went
He's supposed to
someone.
be a genius.
Yeah, I would have went somebody a little more diabolical.
Then
You
who?
know,
Well, I mean,
Like
he's
Doom?
supposed to be a genius and like not, I guess,
But he-
because of like he's not threatening in the way of like physically. You know what I mean? Like when I saw like when you see Die Hards, it's like it's not like two like gigantic monsters fighting each other.
you know
what
who
I
he
mean?
reminds me? I want to go Hans. He reminds me of his brother Peter. Peter Gruber.
Okay.
I would say-
Oh,
I think
okay.
I
he's more
agree.
Peter. I think he's more Peter than he is Hans. Hans was a little bit smarter,
I will
but
say
a little bit
yes to that
stupider.
one.
but a little
I'll
bit
say yes.
stupider.
I like that.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
Yes.
Oh man.
I couldn't
No,
resist.
like it. So
Go ahead,
this movie
Manny.
just got crazy. I'm just thinking like
I
so
love it.
the scene where the bus stops.
Oh, okay. Wait, and the first
Wait,
scene or in the,
wait,
Like
wait.
when they drop they're about to leave, and like
Okay.
he's like, oh, and the bus like stops for a second, and like
Yeah.
this is when
Yeah.
But what's his name realizes something might be wrong. But then
Right.
the bus keeps going. You think that like the bus knew? Oh, we got to keep going because there's a problem.
Yeah. But
So
before
they were
that,
that smart.
we skipped over the whole thing where they take over the plane.
Oh, we didn't get to. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we did.
Oh
skip
yeah,
over.
we did.
But
How easy was it to take over this plane?
Well,
Well,
first of all,
go
we're
ahead.
missing one. We forgot to talk about one main character,
Go ahead.
and we're not talking about the chief. We're talking about 8-Ball, David
Yes.
Chappelle.
No, I mean we brought him
Dave
up.
Chappelle's in this
I know
Dave
we forgot that
Chappelle's comic relief in this
was perfect.
is phenomenal, and he was
He told
necessary
me-
for most
He
of
told
this,
me
right?
he
He
loved
was
me.
he was necessary for the takeover.
This movie, he looks like a totally different Dave Chappelle though. Like I see him in this movie and like half baked and everything.
Oh my god, yeah.
And he's like, it's like a whole other human being now. Like
Mhm.
it's so crazy to me. It was like it's unbelievable. But he was funny in this.
He was funny until the end, until he met his
Ugh.
demise.
Oh
Oh my god! And the guy goes, I don't think he was an astronaut.
Oh my god. The
Oh god.
my
Oh my
question is,
God.
how did they not? This is supposed to be like a lot of freaking famous killers in this.
This is like the
scene.
hardcore of the hardcore.
And they're
criminals.
first of all, they're like mixing two different rates of criminals,
Yeah.
which I don't
Right.
think would happen. I think it would just be like, if it's going to be high security, it would just be high security and like not Gen Pop. Like you put like Gen Pop in the middle and then these guys on the side. How are you
It's
not?
like Oz.
How is there not metal detector going into this place? Because they put
Pins in their
pin.
hands. I know.
that was strong enough to undo handcuffs in their hands. Come on. Plot hole
Dude,
right there.
Dave Chappelle swallowed gasoline and a match.
Yes.
Too. And no one's watching him pull string out of his mouth. All the guards like, do, do, do. Nick
Yeah.
Cage saw him at any moment. He could have been like, hey, hey, hey. Instead, Nick Cage
But
is
that's
like,
the thing. They don't snitch on each other, man. Everybody that when things were happening, people
This is
like
all
that
Nick
they didn't
Cage's
know
fault.
what was going
All
on.
of it.
They were just like, sure, let's go.
I think my favorite is like, sorry, Chief, but you
Yeah.
gotta go. he lights them out. He'd squeeze a little gas on. First of all, another question. Where did he get the gas? I can understand the match. Where did he get the gas and the string from?
I don't
Somebody
know.
brought that in their butt into jail. somebody that came to visit. That guy had that in his mouth. That was in someone's butt.
Was it cream and peanut butter or chunky?
oh.
Maybe just smooth. But like
Smooth.
that was definitely
It
in
was smooth.
someone's
It
butt
was smooth.
to get in to like if you could get a bunny, you could get
Yeah.
a little canister of
That's
gas
true. True.
Get a
All
little
right, I'll give you
matches. Yeah, in
Yeah.
your
You
butt.
know, in
Yeah.
your butt.
That's what the whole
Where's the
thing.
drop?
I don't know
What happened to the
the
whole
whole
drop?
thing.
waiting for
Oh
that.
man. But yeah,
I gotta go
he
get a
sets
wipe.
him on fire. But the big problem was you have the guy, you have Larkin, John Cusack, and the other guy from like he was like the actor who didn't get the job in Point Break. Like during like the one guy that said like young, dumb, and full of cum. He
Yeah.
is that type of level of that's what the level of like hyper masculine, like fuck this guy, fuck John Cusack, like is going on. And then he gives his guy a gun. They got everything went wrong in the first 5 minutes. And that's why I
Yes.
love this movie. This is like Face Off, where like the movie starts out and then it gets crazy and never stops. And it
That's
just
true.
keeps going until the end.
And next,
and that's
yeah,
it.
that's true. Next scene,
It never
action.
stops.
Next scene, fight.
It was actually,
next
you know
scene,
what?
explosion.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Even the little, I guess the little Mexican guy who made his deal with Cyrus, where they picked him up in, was it Carson City? I mean,
Yeah,
that's when they took over the plane.
Yeah.
I mean, the funny thing is, like, there's a small arsenal under the cockpit of the belly of the plane. There's a handgun in the cockpit, and the FBI agent sticks a mini little gun that looks like a water pistol in the guy's shoe, where the shackles are right there. You're telling me you're not going to see the gun?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
and like no one was paying attention to what that guy was
When
doing.
when they were patting him down, didn't
Yeah.
he feel the gun?
Well, the other guy, he
Right.
patted him down.
Oh, that's right.
And then he just sent him on to the thing, which they had the tightest security. They would have never let that happen.
No, I was about to say. I
Yeah.
forgot about that part. You're right. He did pat him down.
And then Nick Cage gets him killed because Nick Cage is the worst. Like he like
Well,
distracts.
it's like put it down.
Put it
Listen,
down.
You don't want to
Just-
do this. I want to get to my daughter.
oh my god, him and that freaking Sean Connery accent.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
It's
but
so
like-
bad that made me laugh.
Yes, also another thing. Did he believe he was bulletproof? And then I'm gonna fast forward. Like he kind of
He
was.
did.
Kinda
He
was.
did. Didn't he get shot in the arm and just kept
He
going?
did, and he kept going.
Because
Dude, what is he,
Bubba,
He
Terminator?
gets shot.
because
He gets
Bubba
shot
goes like
and
this,
doesn't flinch. Just
Yeah.
like boom, and just keeps going. I was
because
like, that's pure
his
adrenaline
friend
right there.
gets shot, and he goes,
Yeah,
"Sometimes I believe there's just no God." And Nick Cage goes,
I'm gonna
"There-
show
I'm
you
gonna show
there's
you
a God.
there is." Like, and
He just gets up and they're shooting at him. They miss him, what, six
He
times?
gets up like
And-
Jesus, bro.
and then
He gets up and he's
and you
just
know,
like
I felt
flowy
like-
hair.
You know what's
And
funny?
he's
You know what
just
this
like-
reminds me of? When he tried out for Superman, we saw him with the Superman costume.
Yes.
oh yeah,
Okay, and that's what he
Yeah.
did. That walk. I'm
yeah.
Superman.
Yes.
Here, hit me in the arm. It won't affect me, but my bunny will affect me.
Oh my god.
dude! Every
He
time there was
didn't
a-
move. The
No.
thing blew up too. They had like such great special
Yeah.
effect that
Oh,
it was like
yeah.
I was like, oh, and he didn't flinch. Like Nick Cage is like, I ain't gonna flinch. Nah, man.
No.
This-
He
at this
did that
point,
perfectly. He actually
Yeah.
acted that part out awesome.
It
I
was
will
great.
say that.
No,
He's
he's
great.
a legit lunatic, and I love it. He just
Yeah.
like he.
I heard his
pro-
recent movie. He's like, plays a lunatic. And
Oh,
it's
long
crazy.
legs. Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah.
it.
I haven't
I
seen
heard
that
he
yet.
said
He'll never
he
do it
doesn't
again.
ever want to do a horror movie ever again because of that.
Yeah, because of the
Well, I think
violence.
he's-
Yet he's
well, he-
killed how many people in
Well, he-
all his movies?
And Face Off too.
Yeah, he killed.
How many drugs did they do in that one?
Yo, I heard they're gonna do a second face off.
Shut up.
Okay,
I don't
yes,
wanna hear
they
it.
are. Yes,
Is this
they
gonna
are.
be a legacy sequel or is this gonna be a reboot?
See,
Well, this
Gomez
is-
likes remakes.
See, here's the no, not all remakes, but here's the problem I have. Okay,
Yeah.
you killed the bad guy.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, with
Murdered
Yeah.
the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
He's mega dead.
he's mega dead now. What is Sean Archer gonna do?
Well,
Okay,
Yeah.
all his guys are dead.
Clone.
Nick Cage is dead. His dumb brother is dead. Does he have a secret twin brother that we don't know about?
Yes.
That's what's going to happen. There's the plot
And-
twister.
And there it is.
This is
And
what it
or-
should be.
Or there's the clone.
No.
And someone made a clone
Yeah.
of this guy.
Listen,
This go to like
they
demolition
literally
Man
took his
shit.
freaking they took his freaking face off. Might as well just.
I mean,
I-
you can do anything right there. The technology wasn't even that great back then, and they were able to take this guy's face off. Now, with the technology now, like they could just be like, "Yeah, we cloned him again."
I think
And like, why would we? Oh, we needed information on this other guy, and the only way to do this is like Demolition Man kind of shit. Like, oh, we
wait a
needed to
minute.
wake
Wait,
him
first
up.
of all, wait, John Travolta's character Archer did take his son.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. I was trying to
But
say.
wait a minute, but
this-
no, but,
it's
but
a
that's also
revenge
wasn't.
plot.
But it might have not been.
Oh.
But it might have not been his son. Don't forget,
Right.
he made up with his sister. The brother made out with the sister. Was like, "I love you, brother." Remember
Yeah.
that?
Right. They
That
did
could
make
be-
out. That movie's fucked up.
Dude, they could Jurassic Park this shit.
They
Yes,
could,
because
but
they
I
could
think
Jurassic
I
Park
think
it.
it was his buddy's kid, and he might come back from the dead just to go after it. Just the fact
Oh,
that,
man.
oh damn,
it
and she's
might be
alive.
him.
She
Did
might
she?
be
I thought
alive.
she
Oh,
died. She got shot.
Did she?
I
die?
think all those people died, didn't they?
Well, they can reclone them. Okay, I like Manny's idea. Reclone.
They're
them.
all they're clones.
They're
Oh my
clones.
god, I like. I mean, you can't have it without both of them.
Here's the
right?
thing.
Or we have done a thing where like, who would you recast? Recast in Face Off now?
I would actually bring back Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
You would.
I
You
would
would
like
like
to.
The
You know what?
oldies.
I
Huh?
would actually love the. You know what? I would love to see that because first of all, I do like Nick Cage. I do love his movies.
Okay.
I think he is he's a very good actor in a weird way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will admit to this. He's a very from Raising Arizona to all
Oh,
the
my
way
God.
here. Okay,
I'm down with Raising Arizona.
So
I'm
am I.
down with that movie.
You got to see
That
Vampires
movie's-
Kiss.
Yeah,
You gotta see the
Vampires
Vampires.
I didn't
Kiss.
see it.
Holy-
gotta
I'm
see it.
down with Arizona. Is a fucking crazy movie.
I just
I
like
watched that movie. I'm like, who wrote this?
someone
Genius.
Yeah, or like on shrooms because like
Yeah, it could have been shrooms.
the thing when like the biggest thing that puts in my head is the blue paint that blows up in
Yes.
everybody's faces and stuff.
The dye pack, yes,
So
the dye
yeah,
pack.
yeah.
But I'm saying if we're doing that, I definitely would bring back both of those characters again.
Yeah,
With John Travolta's new hairstyle, bald.
love it.
I love it. I love the idea of that. And
Mhm.
cloning Castor
Oh,
Troy.
please don't
Yeah.
have the face touching.
Oh, you gotta
Oh
have the
no,
face
no,
touching.
now not after COVID. Not after COVID. You can't be touching people's
Like-
faces.
Oh, that's after COVID. We're no longer COVID. We're past COVID. It was just like, huh? Or the
That was
sister.
improvised,
Or
actually.
the sister. The daughter could have went psycho.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if Travolta's like that was Travolta's like, or who did it? Did that move?
Oh, that was improvised. Travolta
That was
improvised
improvised.
that.
It
yeah.
was, yeah.
He thought it was something that was needed for the kids just to make
It
them
was
feel
creepy as
comfortable.
fuck. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and it was also a way to like show that it was the other person.
The
yeah,
the other his son,
that
that
it was
got
really
killed.
him and stuff like that. Got
Yeah.
it.
So all
Okay,
right, back to this.
Sorry.
Con Air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are? It doesn't.
Oh,
even matter. I
we're
don't
saying
even
this
know
whole
where we
movie is
are.
about a syringe, and it is
Manny.
because he doesn't get. He tries to warn people,
Yeah.
but
You've
No,
It
you
doesn't
you
work.
froze a little bit. It's okay.
that's
he
all right.
tried to warn people, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right? And so he's like, fuck, now I gotta still stay here because this guy needs a syringe. And he slow motion runs. We see action scenes that
Love
are
it.
going on with this man.
With the
Holding
most
his-
amazing guitar solos behind it all the time.
Yeah.
Like all
Yeah.
the time.
All for a syringe. But yet, in the meantime, there's like
This
massive
shit going
chaos.
down.
There's a serial killer who's going
wait a
to
minute,
talk to
what-
a child.
Dude.
Can we
Okay,
talk about
that
this?
was-
No, wait. Go ahead.
Steve
Go ahead.
Buscemi's Steve Buscemi's fucking character. What was up with that?
Okay.
Crazy.
The best
Holy-
part was when Nick Cage had to say his name. He's like, Mariel Mangler.
Say that
That's
with your mouth
garlic
full of
green.
something.
The best thing is when he says to him, he's like, yeah, once I drove through 3 states wearing her head as a hat.
Oh, hat. Yes, I remember that.
I feel like there's another thing with Steve Buscemi. They gave
I
him
love him.
free for all for how
think
he
he
wanted
did.
to act.
But yeah, but you know what? That was perfect. He improvised that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I mean, you know what? Not for nothing. I think Malkovich, for all the freaking changes on this freaking script so many times, I think he improved a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
I think the whole movie
Definitely.
at some point they were just like, who gives a shit?
You know what?
Like,
Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just make it a freaking
There's like,
$75 million
we're-
free for all.
Let's
I always
just
feel
blow
like
everything
action
up.
movies are like, all right, well, we need a scene where they're trapped and we're gonna kill a bunch of cops and a bunch
That
of
was
criminals at the
crazy.
same time.
That was
And
nuts.
at the same time, we still have the story that Nicolas Cage needs to get the syringe to his friend. Meantime, we need this to happen. It's like,
All right. Well,
all
best
right.
part of this too is he goes under the fire truck. He finds the old man. He's like, I need
Oh.
a syringe.
Yeah.
Because, oh man, don't do that. Don't waste your life.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Yeah. And there were so
Oh my
many
God.
people in this place. Like, there were like
Yeah.
new characters that popped up that weren't part of the airplane. Like you see the jet that was supposed to be there, and those 3 guys are there.
Sandino.
Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
just like show up out of nowhere, and like still
The
Nicolas
little
Cage is like
slick
I
kick
s-
pony hair
Yeah.
guy runs
Yeah.
away.
Uh,
Virus, I went to go get you.
that was
Yeah.
the best part. He's like, Sigh, Onora.
yeah.
Yeah,
Who was he supposed to be? I mean, who was that character? Who was that actor?
he
was
was
just-
he was like a cartel guy.
Yeah.
He was a Mexican drug lawyer cartel that needed help. He
Yeah.
used
I'm trying to
Cyrus
figure
to
out
get him out.
the actor in this that he looks like another actor.
Oh, he's
There was-
been in a couple movies.
Yeah.
yeah.
There was like 5,000 people in
I
this
think
movie.
I think he was in wasn't he the one of the leads in Crocodile Dundee too? I think that was him. The guy with the slick hair pony.
I'm trying
I
to
think-
find the actor. What was that guy's name? Like
I don't
his
know.
his character's name.
All right, we're gonna take time to do this. Here we go.
Sorry,
Hold on.
because like I thought he was pretty good.
Air cast. No, I just want cast. I don't care about the crew.
Jesse
looking at the cast.
Borrego.
Jesse.
Yeah. Jesse Borrego. And yeah, he's
That was
been,
him, yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Was it him?
He's been
Yes.
Yeah, he was in Con Air, and then before Con Air, let's see if we could find anything else. I didn't see that yet.
I didn't see any of this stuff.
No.
All right.
No, but he's.
Anyways, I thought he was a great
in lot of
character.
stuff.
He obviously was going to betray all of them.
Yeah, it was obvious.
And
very obvious.
Yeah, and whatchamacallit. The crazy part is how like John Malkovich kind of doesn't want to trust Cage, but then at the same time, like listens to him.
Yeah.
In different scenarios
the whole time,
things, but doesn't listen to anyone else.
No.
Somehow
You're right,
is
Poe.
listening
Good
to-
job, Poe.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
Unreal.
Are you like a for someone who's being that smart? You trusting somebody you don't even know?
yeah.
It-
Well,
totally.
then he catches on, but then it's like, whatever. But
like too late though.
yeah. All right. So that all happens. They use the guns to get them unlocked. And so, of course, they are able to refly this plane that crashed.
Oh yeah. Well, they pulled it out with all their mighty
in
strength.
5 minutes.
No, that took a little more than 5 minutes.
Dude,
Well,
Look,
it seemed like
That was the best. It was the longest
But like
10
it would have
minutes
been a
of
lot
all
longer,
time.
bro. Come on.
okay.
How
Steve
how long
Buscemi
do we
walks
have,
away from the
Diamond?
plane.
About
Yeah.
10 minutes, 12 tops.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they
And then
find
they
a
don't
tractor,
see-
they pull it, they pull
Yeah.
out the plane,
Unreal.
and then
Unreal.
Nick Cage all of a sudden appears again. He's
Yes.
missing for a half an hour. No one realized.
cares.
No one realized he's looking for the syringe. And the
Always.
best part, before he gets back on the plane, he ties the plane up to a concrete post.
The most manly throw of a lasso, like a
Yeah.
huge,
Yeah.
like slow motion hair.
Yeah,
He's
so-
still holding on to the damn syringe. He's still
With
holding on.
the guitar solo playing in the background.
Slash
My
should have
thing
been in
was
this
like,
movie.
what would have happened if they? I was like thinking, like, what was he thinking was going to happen? Like, it would have been just if all the cops got there all in time, it would have been just a free for all gun shooting, and everybody would have died. Like it.
Yeah.
There was a free for all gun shooting and
Yeah,
everything.
but then it would have like wasn't there like
Everyone did
another?
get killed.
Wasn't it like another set of cops coming, or this was it?
I think this was it.
Got
But also, we are forgetting the crucial part of
Yes.
John Cusack's character. He steals the Stingray Corvette.
Oh,
Yes,
great.
I was so
phenomenal.
thrilled when he stole that fucking car and
Great.
wrecked it.
and somehow the hook
Great.
grabbed that car.
I
Oh,
loved
was
every
great.
minute of it just because
That scene was great.
that was perfect.
awesome.
That's he goes, by the way, I had to borrow your car. Here are the keys. That was just like here, bike drop, boom.
that was
This-
great.
That was awesome. So, what I don't remember about this whole movie is I thought it ended when they landed in Vegas,
Can
and
we
that was it.
can we talk about the tea party?
I don't
that
remember
Steve
the fire.
Buscemi has?
Oh, the Tea Party, of course. We
Oh
have to
yeah,
talk
the
about-
Tea Party. Yeah, we could go there. Yeah.
We have to talk about
We
it.
all thought he killed her, right?
I think she's a
When I
ghost.
was, you think she's a ghost?
Okay, so he walks into like the worst field of dreams of all time.
Yes.
And like it's like this
Nonchalantly, he doesn't want to help anybody. Nobody's asking him for help.
No,
no.
I agree.
No. And he just sits down talking to first of all, his name's Bob. Like that was hilarious. That he called like she's yelling Bob.
She's like,
Like
you look sick. I am.
I am
Do you
sick.
take medicine? There's no
No.
medicine for what I got.
Yeah.
And
You
then,
know what?
I thought he
does
he
she
ate
cure
her.
him just by singing? You got the whole world in your hands.
I think it's just that like he's crazy, obviously.
Crazy.
But he
Was he a murderer, a rapist? What the fuck was he? All I
He
know
was
is
a
wore,
crazy.
butcher, I
he
think.
definitely
He, like-
wore someone's head as a hat. So
Yeah, he
okay.
killed like 135 people
Was
or
it-
something like that.
So was it Jeffrey Dahmer meets
something like that. He just
Dan has
Jeffrey
a
Dahmer-
theory that he's
Dr.
the same
Kevorkian?
character. Dan,
Jeffrey
remember?
Dahmer meets
Yes.
Dr. Kevorkian. There you go.
yeah,
That's
and
a
I
great
think
way I could put him.
he
Yeah.
kills because like not out of like he kind of compares himself to some of the people on the planes. Like
Bundy.
these people are crazy. Like they just do it because they're angry and they have no self control.
He said he
blah,
does
blah,
it
blah.
for fun.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's
I do it for
kind of
fun.
does it. Yeah, so I guess in this moment he's like, you know what, it's not worth it, or what's
Well,
the
she
point?
gave him a present or something.
Yeah,
she
gave him the doll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
Now, does
walking
he
in the
go
middle
back?
of the desert.
Do you think he
No.
goes back?
No, he goes on the moon, on the asteroid in
yes.
Armageddon.
Yes. Dan's
That's
theory is that is the
that's the
same guy
movie.
who gets a job on oil rig and he ends up being on
Dude, which is kind
Armageddon.
of funny. 2 years later.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
know what? You know what? I'm gonna have his name was Rockhound.
And
Yes.
Hulu knows of this universe because the movie that suggested after this was Armageddon right away. That was the next
But the
movie.
only thing is, hold on.
Wait, then no, Diamond Dogs wasn't. No, that
Because
was
they
the other-
find
that was
him
another-
in Vegas. They find him in Vegas. They find
Yes.
Steve Buscemi in Vegas.
Okay, they find him in Vegas, but the problem is he actually is normal, but he also has a doctorate in MIT.
This guy could have done that. He could have
I
just
don't
been
know.
like, "Yo, I got to get a whole new life." I'm gonna
Okay,
go get
but
it."
to-
He's that smart.
Yeah, but dude, to get a doctorate at MIT, and
Yes.
he's smarter than the world and smarter than the freaking guy who's smarter than NASA. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I mean, he could have forged that.
Well, gee, he knew his rocks in the
Well,
movie.
no, I'm not saying he wouldn't have known. He could have just
He would've
forged
known.
the doctorate.
Oh my god!
Who was
Oh.
gonna check that back then? There was no Google. That
Yeah,
shit
there
was like
was.
Yeah, there
was-
was. It was
yeah, there
98.
was.
98. Yeah, it
Wait,
wasn't as
Armageddon
good.
was what
Nobody
year?
was like, "Hey, go Google it." You didn't see that in 98.
No, you said
Use Google for freaking Cliff Notes.
98.
98.
Armageddon.
It
okay.
wasn't in our zeitgeist.
You've got mail. That's where you were going through.
Yeah, but it wasn't in our zeitgeist. It's not like, you were still kind of getting off encyclopedia.
It's not.
I think she was a ghost.
You
I
think she was
think
a ghost.
I
don't
think
she
she.
was
I
a
think.
ghost.
I don't think she was either. I think he snapped that neck in half.
You
But
think?
she's yelling, but she's saying, "Bye, Bob."
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, but
That's right at the end. But I remember when I first watched it,
Maybe he touched
the whole scene was like,
I hate
you
to say
saw-
that.
You saw like
Some
the
shit happened.
you saw the freaking the breaking of the glass of the tea kettle, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, he killed her. And then you see her like waving. I was like, oh, this is their lighthearted scene where like you kind of thought the serial killer killed somebody. It's like,
Come on,
what-
bringing Sweet
and the
Home
thing is,
Alabama.
did he only kill children? He just killed everybody.
He killed everybody. He said he
He
used a
just killed
woman's
it.
head as a hat.
I thought it was that he used a girl's head, like a child's head, and
No,
that's what he was
I'm
kissing. What's
assuming
his
it
name
was.
off.
I think it
I
was
don't
his. I don't know.
I think he could have said whatever he wanted to.
and it'd still make us millions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But like, so,
Yeah.
anyways, the crazy part is that it lands. I thought in my head this movie ended
No,
when they landed in Vegas. I
No,
did
Viva
not
Las
remember.
Vegas.
I
Viva
did
Las
not
Vegas.
remember that this movie continued with the
Yes.
fire truck scene.
Dude, of course.
Of
I was
course,
shocked.
So John Cusack lands in Vegas. So that
Yeah.
whole big thing, they land in Vegas. They stop at the Hard Rock. Hey, you ruined my car. Fuck
Yeah.
that piece of crap Corvette. Okay, it was, they're helping each other. Larkin, Poe, yeah, no shit. He's
Yeah.
the good guy who didn't kill you, Larkin. Let's use that lump 3 feet above your ass.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they're like chips. They jump on the motorbikes and they're
Oh,
pretending to be
together.
like John
That
and
was
Ponch.
amazing.
Like this guy would be getting arrested. Like they would
How-
be like, "No, you
yeah.
can't do that. You're not a full police officer." Like this is like all of a sudden, yeah, go
Your
ahead.
ass is going
This-
back to jail.
How
This turned
many
into, like Fast and
civilians?
Furious, where they're
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You're kind of like, not
Yeah.
in this jurisdiction. You're not even in service right now. You're a criminal, actually."
How
like,
many
you went to jail.
civilians must have died on the strip in Las Vegas? When
Yeah,
that
we don't
Nobody.
want to talk about that.
Like,
a lot of people.
A
died.
lot of
But they
people.
didn't because why? They all ran for the buffet. They
Yes.
thought they saw the movie.
There
They're
you
like
go.
this. We're going to the buffet. All you can eat.
Fuck this. Let them deal
$5.99.
with it. Let them deal with it.
Oh,
Dude, the
God.
way-
on top
The
of
way
it-
he dies, though.
oh,
he was
crazy.
murdered.
he was no, he wasn't.
Nick
He
Cage
wasn't-
put that ladder up. He purposely like, I'm just gonna raise this ladder and I'm gonna kill
Well,
Cyrus.
not for nothing.
Well, he was
There
going to get killed, dude.
He was getting killed, but with his head being squashed.
He
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
just
that was
move.
crazy.
I mean,
I don't
after
remember that
all
at all.
that he couldn't just move to the side.
You know what? His head was stuck between two little freaking pipes that fit his head perfectly.
Oh, right.
I
And
just
then-
find it like very ironic that there was a construction site going on at the moment that
Well,
that all happened.
just have you guys been to Vegas?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot
Okay.
going on.
Okay, so think about this. We're watching the movie, and he says, "Well, Viva Las Vegas." Okay,
Oh my God. It's
And
just
then-
like a
but
Nick
does
Cage
anybody
movie.
notice how they landed? It's this freaking strip, right? Vegas
Yeah.
Boulevard. let's make a small little note. Hard Rock Cafe Casino is not on the strip. It's a block over from the strip.
Yeah, but the wings are big. There's a big wingspan. Right?
What do you do? Make a right turn?
Come on, you got to put it in there. Hard Rock paid a lot of money to be in there.
To get destroyed.
To get destroyed.
Yeah, of course. Hard Rock gets destroyed in a lot of ways.
Wait, what was up with the dog that was pissing on the car too?
Oh my God. Dude. I mean,
so I think Nicolas Cage is not like doesn't get back with his wife and kid in this, and he stays there and turns into the character from Leaving Las Vegas. Is it
Leaving Las Vegas?
Yeah,
like that one where he like
oh my God
ends up being with the prostitute the whole time, and like he's a drug alcoholic. Yeah, that's where this goes.
And then then you hear this song.
How will I live without you again?
The second time. But the
Second
best
time.
I'm gonna be honest.
Hold on.
I almost cried at that time. I almost cried at that moment.
No,
This is how action movies do this.
no.
I must be going through something because as soon as
You
that
must
movie,
be.
that song started playing, and I was like, oh,
You're not going through menopause, are you?
They're together.
But Dan, that's sweet. But like, I thought like I didn't even need to see that. I was like, movie's
come
over.
on.
The
No.
movie should have over when
You didn't
Malcolm
need to
X
see
was
that?
Best line.
crushed.
The best line is like, "Hi, hummingbird." Oh,
Yeah.
look. First of all, he finds the bunny perusing the water,
It should
As
be
he's
covered in
go- yeah.
blood.
and
It's
then
no longer in a bag. It's disgusting as hell.
and
Mhm.
it's
Could have
dirty.
just gone to the shop at the Vegas. Like,
you could have got a nicer toy,
yes,
but then you wipe it on your shirt. All of a sudden, it's magically dry.
yes,
Okay,
Yes.
after floating in the piss of Vegas water, and
and had like blood.
yeah,
on
and then
it.
he cleans it off his shirt.
Yeah.
Here's the bunny,
Yeah,
and
I haven't
she's
seen
like,
you in 14 years.
Yeah, she's
I don't even
scared.
know you.
Ever.
Yeah, she's freaked out. Of course,
Ever.
she's freaked out.
Well,
Dad,
if you
you
saw
have a
your-
bullet hole in your arm.
What
Go
if
to
your
the
dad was
hospital.
Nick Cage and you just saw him come out of a freaking airplane that just exploded and landed? Wouldn't
Yes.
you be scared as a kid?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And I think as the wife,
think
I'd
they
be like,
ter-
"You're a little crazy."
Oh, she's
I
out
think
of her
I should have
mind.
just left you 14 years ago.
Yeah.
but she's
And
Smell.
why didn't he want her to see? Smell. Why didn't he want her to see her 14? He's like, no daughter of mine's gonna watch
Well,
me
just-
in jail for 14 years.
because
Like, or
you
whatever.
know, not for nothing, for what he did. I
Uh,
mean, I probably would say the same thing if that happened to me. I would not want to see my kids. I
but,
don't
like
want to
not
see
once,
them
like when she was born.
not even incarcerated. I would
No?
not want to go. No,
Okay, I don't have kids, so I don't know.
it's hard.
Okay,
She-
I'm going to say it as a
all right, I'll
father
give it
now.
to you, Dad. No problem.
Yeah, I'm going to say as a father, I think it would be very difficult to be behind bars because you can't hold your kids, you can't hug your kids, you can't kiss them goodnight, you
Uh-huh.
can't do anything. So, I mean, as a father now, I can
Okay.
understand. I probably understand that better now than I did in '97.
Got it.
Mm.
Now, do you think he gets like a Medal of Honor?
What?
I mean,
He should. He should get his. You know
killed-
what?
He saved. Did he really save anybody?
Yeah, he saved.
This is
well,
Save
selfish.
Ba- well, he
Baby
saved
O survived.
Baby-O. Baby-O
Baby-O
got
No, he gets
survived.
shot, right? He got shot, and I was like,
he saved
all this
the
for-
guard.
yes, he
Yes.
did.
Dude, but
Okay.
first, Baby-O
She
should be
thanked,
like,
she kissed him. I thought they were going to hook up for a moment. I was like, what is happening in
What?
this scene? What is
Hey,
what was
there's
the
nothing
scene?
wrong with the threesome in that movie.
Dude, they're trying to
Baby-O should be
Let's
mega
go.
dead. Mega dead. He got
Oh, Baby
shot
should have. And
and
is a
the plane
diabetic.
explodes. He
Yes.
should be dead. He's been thrown
Dead.
around that plane with a bullet in his abdomen.
and he only got one shot of insulin. It wasn't like, he also
Where's
got
my
adrenaline.
shot?
Yeah.
Where's my shot?
that
I
poor
wanna s-
character, that
Yeah.
poor actor. That's the second time that he had to be saved by like a Forrest Gump. Like this is
Yeah.
the second
no.
time.
But listen, Forrest Gump deserves that Medal of Honor because he carried his butt over
He did.
everything, and he got
bit.
shot. He got
He got
bit.
bit.
He got bit in the butt.
Oh my God.
Nick
something
Cage got
bit
shot
me.
in the arm.
Yes.
Oh,
He
He's
did.
Forrest
yeah,
Gump.
but
He's
At
least-
Forrest Gump.
no, Forrest Gump got shot in the ass,
In the,
Nick
in the
Cage
butt,
got sh-
in the butt talks.
in the
I
butt
got
cocks.
shot in the butt talks.
But they both
That's something
say
I'd like to
stupid.
see.
They both say things that are weird.
You sure
Like-
wasn't the same director from Forrest Gump
It
to
might-
this movie?
Oh my god! But the
It was
thing
the same
is, like,
screenwriter.
the thing is like the first thing Nick Cage says to his wife when he sees her is,
By a hummingbird.
I was gonna get a haircut.
Oh my God.
Shut the
No, you
fuck
weren't.
up!
Because
Like,
you wanted to be,
shut
you wanted
up.
to have those shots of the slow motion.
Oh my god!
And then you have that song. How would I do? Whatever
Oh,
that
my
song.
God. They would have just shot that plane down. Like, let's be honest. Like for real, they would have just forced that plane to the ground.
Yeah, there's a lot of plot holes that they said that like they would have never gone to a civilian airport if it's a prisoner plane. There's like so many different.
Well, they never went to a civilian. Oh yeah, no, they were not at civilian airports. They were in like secured airports.
They'll read the.
No, that was considered. One of them was considered a civilian airport. Not like it wasn't. It would have been. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I love the couple lines that were like, Steve Buscemi had this amazing line when they were all dancing, and he goes, he's like, define irony. A bunch of idiots dancing on a plane to a song made by a band who died on in a plane crash.
Plane crash. Because they were singing "Sweet Home Alabama." Go figure.
Yes.
Oh my God! It was just like, this is. I love when Larkin or when John Cusack goes, when he knows the plane's going to crash in Vegas, he goes, all right, get all the fire engines, first responders, and anyone that knows CPR. It's like CPR is not going to help at this point. Like, it's like, that's not going to do anything. CPR, like, for what? Like,
I might have just needed CPR for this one because I almost spilled my.
Like, oh my God.
The writers of this also wrote, Jumanji: The Next Level.
What? There was a second Jumanji?
Yes, there was.
Oh God, I didn't even know about that one.
Which one call it? Life on Mars.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Anything crazy? Nothing like
Life on Mars. Is that the one with the Matt Damon movie?
No, that was just
The Martian.
Called Martian.
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 Martian
which got nominated for best comedy once.
Oh, also known in Gone in 60 Seconds. So Beautiful Girls.
They directed
Gone in 60 Seconds. No, not directed. This was a writer.
Oh,
just the writer
wrote
producer.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, and guess who they used?
Nick
Cage.
Nick Cage. Yeah, I like
and that's another all-star cast movie on that one too.
Yeah, we have to rewatch that one then because I
didn't realize that was also a remake. That's a remake.
It is a remake.
Yeah. I tried to rewatch Gone in 60 Seconds and I actually ended up.
It's probably just as entertaining as this. And like,
no,
what'd you say again?
I could literally sit and watch that movie all day long.
Gone in 60 Seconds?
Yes.
It's been a while.
I can recite that movie.
No, that movie's good. I like that movie.
I thought
it was a good movie. I like that movie more than this movie.
I like
that movie more than this movie.
Shut up.
I mean, my favorite line out of that movie is like, how are you going to get out of here? Just watch. What are you going to do, Billy Badass? This ain't no Dukes of Hazzard shit. When he jumps the freaking Porsche right out of the window.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean...
I like in this movie, what is it? Pinball. He says to Swamp Thing.
I call them 8-Ball.
I almost called him 8-Ball too. But he says,
I wonder where my mind is over there. People, I do not do drugs. It was just one of those. I forgot it was Pinball, not 8-Ball.
Well, why was
I went with
Pinball?
It
That's like the weirdest name. But he says to Swamp Thing, he goes, oh, God, where's it? I wrote it down. God damn it. You white that you know some forget it. I'm never gonna find it. It doesn't matter. He says something.
What is it called?
Yeah.
He says it to who?
Well, you keep talking. I'm gonna look for this.
I'm looking for it. No, he says it. I'm looking for. You lost your mind according to last second validation.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
It's amazing the shit you white trash know.
Oh.
He's like taking apart the transponder and he's like trying to black, orange, or whatever. And then he goes, "You're gonna fly this?" He's like, "Yeah." You know that what he said, you know how to do this? Yep. He said, and then he said something else. He's like, "It's amazing the shit you white trash know." He's like, "Yeah."
Yep.
The pilot's the best. He was the best. I wish he didn't die.
Do you know who I am? No, do you know what I am? Ugly all day.
Nick Cage, ugly all day.
Oh my God.
Take your daddy's gift.
Take your daughter's gift.
Then they're hugging. This is another one of those movies where like the male characters get gross, bloody, sweaty, gross, and then the poor women have to hug and kiss them. Die Hard, that happened. This movie,
yeah, but she was
Rocky.
She was sweaty. She was sweaty. The wife,
she looks so clean.
No,
she looked like she was
in both scenes. She looked like she was. They only shot her like she only had to act one day. She came in and did
all
all her
all
lines,
her part was shot.
and
in a
all the
single day,
makeup
probably.
was the same in each scene.
They
I
put
mean,
a
towards the
sweater
end-
on her.
Yeah,
Towards the end, she was a little sweaty. You know,
It
Maybe
must have
a
been
little
hot in
humid,
Vegas.
but she wasn't covered in blood. And so
she had a little blood in her shirt. A
How
how
little
was she
blood.
not scared of her husband?
I'd be super pissed off. She should have been
Yo,
pissed
you
off.
both
She
do
should have
some
been like,
crazy shit.
yeah, she should have been
Like,
like,
can we just have a
this-
normal life? I
But
waited
yeah, what-
14 years for this shit. You could have gotten off the plane, but this guy had a freaking diabetic attack and you had to stay there. When she finds that out, he's gonna be fucking doghouse.
the funny
Okay.
part was when John
coulda
Cusack,
died.
yeah, when John
coulda
Cusack
died.
tells her what happened, her face is like, that motherfucker. That son of a bitch and just gotten off the goddamn
He
plane.
could have just gone off the plane.
It just could have got off the plane.
Imagine that's
He could have.
That-
She had to bust out the fine china.
yeah, dude.
Bust out
that
the phone,
that would have
son.
been a great ending when he goes to like hug her. She slapped him. Like, how dare you? You could have gotten off the plane. Be like, oh, let me show you the friend that I saved.
Yeah.
For this guy.
Oh,
That guy better
he's-
be the godfather of that child.
He better get out
He
of
better
jail.
be getting who that guy? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
poor
listen,
baby
I
O
think- Poor
better not
baby,
go back to jail.
I think they got all pardons. His
They
record is
should have.
clean.
I hope they did.
Plus,
I
what
think-
did he do? If he's not
Nobody's-
getting out of prison
He
before
was just
Nick
getting
Cage,
a transfer. He was going to
he was going to a
better.
supermax. He was
no,
going
he was
to
going
like,
to. well, No, was he going to? I thought he was going to a minimum security.
He was. They were both
He was-
going to different ones. And
Yeah,
he was
he-
going. Yeah, he was
Well, no,
getting
no.
transferred.
Nick Cage was being sent
Like, oh.
home,
Yes.
and then he was supposed to go somewhere else in that area to like a minimum security, when
Yes.
everybody else was going somewhere else to maximum security.
Yes. Exactly. Because he was just going to like a different, like a
Different
better
prison.
jail, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was excited about it.
I think it was because of his health.
Yes.
I think that's
Probably.
the reason for the transfer.
Well, and that's the reason for the whole movie.
No, that
there
too.
you go.
The whole movie is based on person who's saving a person who's diabetic.
Well,
That's
Someone
it.
better
that-
save.
Without
Someone better
that,
save my ass.
without that, this movie wouldn't be like because
No.
he would have just gotten off the plane. He would have
And
said
went home.
something, and it would have been too late by then. He would have been like, "Yo, guys, they're whatchamacallit? They're on the plane, like
Yeah.
hijacking the plane." You know.
all right.
Oh,
All right.
I think
Wow.
we made
Here
it.
we are. I think we're here.
I
we
think
are
we are.
here at the
We shit
moment.
talked this movie, but we also gave it some praise,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which always happens.
So now we're at the moment. It's
Cool.
like, does Con Air pass the nostalgia test? Meaning, its movie is still good. It's a movie you would recommend. It's a movie that you don't watch. Ironically, it's an enjoyable watch. If it fails and it's or just nostalgic, or if it just totally bombs and it's just garbage and it's what we call either Three Musketeers bad, Airheads
Three
bad,
Musketeers bar bad,
yeah,
like the bar.
take your
not
pants
Three
off and
Musketeers,
jacket
the movie.
bad. Quite a few things.
Yeah.
So,
not going
let's
first.
start. Let's start with our guest Gomez. What do you think? Does Con Air pass the nostalgia test for you?
It does. I still recommend it. I still watch it with no problem. I love it.
I don't
It's
think
such-
Gomez
it's-
hates anything.
Oh no, I
think
do.
he just, like,
Listen,
love-
I'm going to be honest with you. You want to
Okay.
know what I hate?
What?
Ben Affleck. He killed Daredevil for me, and he killed Batman for me.
Oh, Daredevil.
Screw-
Yeah.
All right.
Screw Ben Affleck. You want to get me started? That's where we go.
So you wouldn't you don't like Jersey Girl, the movie.
Are you
Who
crazy?
does?
That was no. Geely was his worst movie. Jersey Girl was okay. George Carlin was in there.
Yeah. Jersey Girl was,
not bad. I'll give him
Yeah.
that. That was it, but he didn't make the movie.
What about
He-
Chasing Amy?
I have to rewatch
just because it's a
that.
Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch it. We've been talking about it because I was like, I liked it when it came out, and it was like
Now I
written
don't know. Yeah,
the
but
movie
that
was written well. I don't
It
just
was.
I don't hate Ben Affleck. I think he just plays better roles than what he played. He can't be a Marvel star. Like, stop
No,
making him a
he's-
superhero.
No,
he's
Like,
not.
he's not
he
that
killed-
role.
Listen, he killed Batman for me.
totally.
He when he goes, I'm Batman.
I love Batman.
I'm a-
Batman.
I am a huge Batman fan. I loved Adam West. I truly loved Michael Keaton in the '89 series. Okay,
Amazing.
I love Christian Bale as the Dark Knight.
Oh,
That
character.
character was him. That was made for him.
He was
Yes.
great.
But Superman and Batman and Ben Affleck as
Trash.
Bruce Wayne, it was garbage. I
Trash,
hated
trash.
the movie. You know what? I left 10 minutes into the movie. That's how bad it was for me.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that whole
10 minutes.
Batman versus Superman or whatever, that movie sucked.
Yes. So when
Movie was terrible.
and I actually like the new one that came out with the
Snyder cut.
not the Snyder, no,
Robert
no, no, no.
Pattinson one.
Yeah, the Robert Pattinson.
Oh.
Yes, the Twilight's vampire.
Way too long.
Way too long, but it had the story.
Yeah.
It had the
Mhm.
characters. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that they were trying to redo it the correct way in the darker series of Christian Bale's. Nolan was the best director, and I'm not saying Tim Burton was great for Batman, the original
Mhm.
Batman.
Sure.
The second one, the third one, the second one was okay. I could have done it without Mr. Freeze, and I could have done that with Poison Ivy. But Batman, anything with Ben Affleck that played superhero, please, you just killed it.
Yeah.
Don't act. Just stay married to whoever you want to be married to. J-Lo, Jennifer Garner. Do your Dunkin' Donuts commercials. Just do me a favor. Don't do another superhero movie. You'll never come on my show. I'll tell you that much. This is one guy that's banned.
Really?
Wow.
He is. I listen. Even I know he was good in Armageddon. I'll
Was
give
he?
him that. I thought he played the character perfectly. A dumb idiot that he is. Okay.
Mhm.
He thought he was hot shit. So I'll give him that. That role was made for him. I didn't like him in Good Will Hunting. I did not like him there.
Okay.
There was the movie he played a drunk coach. That made sense. I forgot the name of the movie. It's
forget what that one
Oh
was.
my God.
The weight is far. I don't even remember. And then he did the movie with Matt Damon, of course, his best friend. He can't do a movie without to make it
Yeah.
successful. Air with the Michael Jordan story with Nike.
Yeah, that
came
was
out.
good.
He actually played that role good. If he actually plays as a serious actor, he's actually really good. When he plays these stupid characters, like he killed Daredevil for me, he really
movie was
murdered
terrible.
Batman. Yeah, Jennifer Garner is the only reason I watched that movie,
She
and
dies.
Colin Farrell, because he was the
he
Kingpin.
was so funny.
he
Ving
was
Rhames.
Ving Rhames as Kingpin. I love the
Hot
fact
take
that
on Ving Rhames. I really think he should have been Doctor Doom. I really think that they
I
dropped the
love-
fucking ball
I
and they should
actually-
have done that.
No way. I actually love this version of
Why?
Doctor Doom.
No.
I think Robert Downey Jr. has done well for Marvel. One.
Sure.
Two, don't forget, Doom somehow comes later in the years with the Iron Man costume a couple years later.
Yeah,
So
I know that,
it-
but that's a deep cut.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What
Like,
better
I mean,
per-
I you got to admit it was a money grab, right? Hey, this is the cash cow. We need to use him.
yeah, you can't get rid of Junior. Listen, Downey Jr. revived his career.
Yes,
Okay,
with
Thank-
Iron Man,
with Iron Man, but
which
he's
people thought wasn't going to be a great character to do anyway, because
And
all the
the-
main characters were taken.
and I'm going to tell you, love every single one of them. I love all the
Love them.
Avengers.
Love them.
The Hulk, the Captain Americas. I truly love that series. And even the new Spider-Man I like with Tom Holland.
Okay.
I do like that. And I like the fact that they were able to intervene all these characters in every single movie.
So I'm telling you like a lot of shit.
I do.
So far, you
Except-
don't like Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck is the worst actor.
I'm
I've
down
ever
with
met.
that.
Okay.
All right.
The town. That was a pretty good one.
It was
That was good.
I say Leonardo carried that movie.
yeah.
He wasn't in that movie.
No, was he? No,
No,
I thought
it wasn't
was.
Tom.
That was The Departed.
That
Oh,
was
Departed.
Town
Yeah,
was
but-
another one.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but Departed. He was. That was Matt Damon, not
Yeah.
No.
That movie.
Not,
Mark Wahlberg has some of the greatest lines in The
In
Departed,
Departed. Yeah.
and in that movie, The Other Guys.
yes.
I think
Yes.
that movie, we have to watch that movie because that movie is one of
Wrong.
Do you like
What is-
Casey Affleck?
Casey Affleck is
Ugh,
different. I mean,
no.
you know what? I think
I
he's
just-
a better actor than his brother.
I
He needs
just
to keep
watched
doing,
a
Dunkin'
movie
Donuts.
with Damon and Casey, and
Oh, you
it's
watched
called,
that?
Yeah,
Is that new one
the
that
hell-
just came out?
yeah. And
I just saw a preview of it just this afternoon. I
It's
didn't get to-
entertaining. There's it's action and comedy, and they play off each other. Okay, it's not oh my God, the next like revolutionary thing. I think they're trying to go for like what it was like for 90s action movies. It was like there's a lot of explosions going on, and there's a lot of comedy going on, and
I want to
like
be honest with Casey Affleck is a serious. I think he's better off doing serious roles. I've seen him play in a couple of serious roles.
yeah, I mean he's all rightly serious in this one. It's like dry humor.
But
in this.
but I don't think he's good for dry humor at all. I think he's good for serious drama roles.
Okay.
He has that forte, and Ben, it's just shit. He only has two
A
good
lot of
movies.
people have like let go of Ben.
I
fine.
let go of Ben.
A lot of people let go of Damon.
Casey. Oh, Damon. Damon needed Ben for a while.
Yeah.
I think he's done pretty
Anyways,
well.
Yeah.
Manny,
so
Manny.
that passes, and I still think
Uh-huh.
that Gomez likes everything. I will say,
go ahead.
I think it stays nostalgic. I think it's not something I really would recommend to anybody. If I was needing to recommend any of this genre at that time, I would say Gone in 60 Seconds first. It's not bad. It's not like put it fucking way. This is terrible. It's definitely great for the time. I just don't see it passing it now. I don't even think I'd want you to make a remake. First of all, I hate remakes, but this is not even remakeable.
There's no reason to do
it'd be
You know what? If I was the writer, I'd remake it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, you
you
could get to be really serious. Yeah.
I could get that remade in a heartbeat, probably.
I would want this to be, if we remade it, I would want it to go, I want it to be 80s style. I want it to be bigger and more insane.
I'm bringing Tom
Michael
Cruise
Bay?
in.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
I would
want
bring
it to
Tom
be
Cruise.
crazy.
Would Tom Cruise be a criminal? No, he couldn't be.
No, he can't because of all his Mission Impossibles and all his other movies.
So would he be like the John Cusack?
I think he would cast Nicolas Cage again.
You know what? I would cast Nicolas Cage as Cyrus the Virus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You put Tom Cruise as Larkin, the hero.
Yes.
Okay. Now, who do you get to play that role of Nicolas Cage in this movie? Cameron Poe.
What's his name? Tom Hardy.
No.
Tom Hardy could
Tom
play a
Hardy,
criminal. He could play one of the criminals.
He can.
Because he was Bronson.
He could play Vin Rain's part.
No.
You know what I mean? Different version.
Or he could play Steve Buscemi's part. He plays some sick character.
No,
But he can.
Buscemi's
You know
part
who-
needs to be skinny, like just like
You know who
yeah,
would
that's
play
true.
that part? I would
Cillian
go
Murphy.
Mark Wahlberg.
No.
I go Mark Wahlberg as Steve Buscemi's.
Hey, I wore a hat. I wore her head as a hat.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? You know who could play Virus's spot too? You're gonna laugh at me when I say this. Donnie Wahlberg.
Dude, I love Donnie Wahlberg.
So
He's
do I.
hilarious.
I think
I like
he would
him.
actually. He could play that role very well. As
I'm
Cyrus
still
the
not
Virus.
picking who's Poe. Who's Poe?
Nicolas Cage.
No, you know
Nicolas
what?
Cage plays
John
both.
Travolta.
That would be
throw him
funny.
That's
That
where you
would
bring in the face
Just
off,
throw him in
bro.
there.
face off.
Like,
You know
come
what?
on.
You know what? I would actually bring in. I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to get flack for this one. I would like to see Tom Holland because he's starting to be that action guy.
He is.
You know,
He
he
is.
I did like Uncharted, which I love the video games to begin with.
Which would you want him to have in Alabama?
No, I
accent?
want him just to be his own person.
just to be him.
Just
But
be
he's a
you.
little tiny, like a little guy.
Oh, come on, man.
He's
Look
a
at
little
Zac
guy.
Efron. Or Zac Efron. He's built like
I was
a-
going to say Zac Efron too. They
Zac
could
Efron.
play. I said Zac Efron should be in Face Off.
No.
Like he should be in the remake of Face Off.
That would be a
maybe-
good idea. Him and Tom Holland. There
There
you
you
go.
go. There you go.
new-
That's the new
Dude,
Face Off.
that's the new face off. Castor Troy 2 and John and
What? Yeah,
that would be great.
I like it. What about what's his name? Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds?
Would he be able to be in this movie? I think he would. He could be cue ball. I mean,
Pinball.
pinball. He could be pinball because he's such a fucking wise ass, and his like
He is.
comedy
He is.
could happen.
And he
He
could
could
pull
do
some. I think he could do it just because of his Deadpool reputation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I definitely could see that.
Oh my
But
god, that is funny.
Oh, what about if you have Hugh Jackman as Poe?
I
He's
mean,
old.
I'm all down for a Hugh Jackman movie.
I mean, but I could see a Hugh Jackman slow motion. I need to get you your fucking syringe. Like,
Yeah, but who played Baby-O?
The same guy.
No,
the
he'll be like,
same guy.
no,
Maybe
you
he was
gotta
too
get
old for that. Well,
Uh,
I don't know.
Denzel.
oh my God. Now we're like, that would be hilarious. Like, he's
Why
playing
not?
this-
Why not just make Denzel Poe? Because
Why
yo,
not?
have you seen the
Equalizer? I love the Equalizer movies.
Yo, I love them.
They're great.
They're so good. There's
He's a
nothing
good
wrong
actor.
with any of them.
He's actually
There's
a very good
nothing.
actor.
He's
do
so
like
great
him.
that he could play that role.
Pinball. I got it. Pinball. Sam L. Jackson.
I'm down.
Okay.
Why
That-
not?
What about
him
JP
Cyrus
Smooth?
the Virus?
What about JP Smooth?
JB Smooth. Oh my
JB
God.
you don't like him?
You know
I like
what?
him.
I like him, but I don't think he's. I
Who's
don't
gonna
think
be
any.
Johnny 23?
Oh shit! I'll play that part.
Johnny 23.
I'll play that part.
Johnny
That's crazy.
23. That is the craziest.
I don't even know
who-
I don't know who would play Johnny 23.
I don't know.
Carlos Mencia.
Oh my
Now,
God.
you gotta get like a serious butch. Like I'm just trying to think about like
Antonio
a-
Sabato
like
Jr.
like a Latino actor who's like doing really really good thing. Oh, you know,
What Latino actor is doing a really, really good thing? I don't even know any. George Lopez?
No.
What, with
What's
the
his
big head?
name?
Come on. Picture him with his big head in the movie.
Oh my God.
George Lopez. Because you need someone that can do a little bit of comedy. Because like some of this was hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, Dan,
all
what
right.
do you think?
Okay.
We can
So-
go on for days here.
Hold on.
Yeah, we can.
Do you think they should remake?
2.5.
Sound of a
No,
Woman?
don't fucking start another thing. So I think Con Air passes the nostalgia test 100%. It was definitely worth the watch.
You think it passes? I hate
Yeah,
you.
dude, 100%.
Why are we on the show together? This is it.
Because this is what makes it
This-
great.
This is
I know.
yeah, like
But
when
like
I come
we
out with
usually,
the score.
there's a way that Dan sometimes talks me into it, and like I get so happy about talking about a movie that I'm like, oh shit, I wanted to hate this, but it was great. I
Yeah.
couldn't do this one. I ended
one
this.
was
I'm like,
great.
no one's making
This
me
one was
change my mind
great.
about this.
This one was
great.
fun.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love
This is
it.
great.
No, I
mean,
mean,
that's why
again,
Manny
it
and
wasn't
I-
a bad movie. There's been worse. Like
Yeah,
does
like
Armageddon pass?
Airborne.
I don't know. Airborne passes, bro.
Fuck that movie. I hate that movie. I
Was that
hate
the
that movie.
is that the rollerblading movie?
Yes, dude. Yes, Jack
apparently,
Black is in that
rollerblading
Snake.
happens in that
Snake.
movie.
Oh, the guy who plays Snake in that
No,
movie.
Oh,
don't
Could
no.
be in here.
That movie is
Lunar.
Yes.
that movie's terrible.
Chocolate
The movie's
Steve
not
Steve.
terrible. That movie's
That
classic.
movie is the worst movie.
You know what? One
I've
of my
ever
favorite Nicolas
seen.
Cage's movies, and I can watch
What?
it any day. National Treasure.
You know they're making they're actually talking about making 3.
Yeah,
Really?
really? Another one. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
down with it. I didn't like
Listen.
2 as much, but
I like 2. I liked 1 and 2 a lot. I'm gonna
1
say
I used to watch all the time.
yeah, I still watch it to this day. I
Yeah.
will say this: there is a podcast that I actually had on the girls for National Treasure podcast.
Oh,
They've
wow.
been
wow.
they actually have an amazing podcast. If you want to talk about National Treasure, they've been on my show twice. I've been on their show. They actually give tours where they film the movie too
Oh
in
wow.
Philly and
Oh,
DC.
wow.
I
That's
highly
crazy.
recommend checking them out. They even had a book out. They wrote a book. It was really
Really?
good. Yes. And then you have to figure there's a cipher in the book too that you have
That's
to figure it
awesome.
out. So they
I love it.
they did a lot of great stuff. You gotta check them out. Now it was done. They're definitely got a podcast, National Treasure Hunters podcast. They're amazing. They're so knowledgeable and talk about again one of my other favorite Nick Cage movies. I like Nick Cage as an actor. Period. I mean, he's got some really dumb movies, but when you talk about Raising
Watch
Arizona, no, I did not. Someone told me I have to watch that,
Should watch it.
and so I got to watch that.
You gotta watch
Oh
it.
know,
my God.
When you
Seriously.
go to the 80s with Raising Arizona, probably one of his funniest slapstick movies with John Goodman in there. You know what I mean? This, Ghost Rider I thought was okay.
They need to
I-
redo that.
They need to redo the second one. The first one I actually enjoyed better than the second one. So I was not a fan of the second Ghost Rider. Gone in 60 Seconds blew my mind. I just love his all right, let's go. I love his like gestures and movements. He also does one in National Podcast, National Treasure. The first one is like, hello, like, I see you. And he does that little stupid move. And that's been lately that's been like, I've been doing that lately. Because every time I see it, I see that part, I just laugh because I thought it was one of those good scenes he did.
Awesome. He's crazy.
He's good. I like him as an actor. I mean, he's Nicolas Cage. Like
he's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I love this film, and that's why when you finally watch Vampire's Kiss, you'll love that too.
Really?
It's vintage Cage. But
it's vintage Cage.
Yeah. So 2 out of 3 says this movie passes the nostalgia test. So Manny, your vote doesn't matter. This movie passes the nostalgia test. I think everyone should watch it, and not watch Airborne. But Gomez, thank you so much for being on the show. This was super fun.
Definitely
we have to do it again.
Oh, without a doubt. I'm always down for a good movie talk.
Yeah.
Still like Airborne too, by the way.
And tell everyone again where they can find your podcast.
So, guys, look at my link tree. linktr.ee/SleevieG79. That's where you can find my podcast, my YouTube channel, my Facebook, my Instagram, my blogs. I'm posting, nostalgia stuff. Talk about the '80s music, movies right now. Trying to pop a new one like every couple of weeks. So, it's just been a fun ride. 100th episode's coming out in October.
Woo!
I'm freaking excited.
That's crazy.
It's just a lot of great things are going on. Just got to keep checking it out and keep checking me out, man, because I'm posting every day. I'm talking about everything every day. I mean, I know you guys follow it, you guys love my stuff just like I love your stuff. And, I got to thank you guys for having me on there. It's been a while.
Yeah.
We've been talking it since Playlist Wars days, and it finally happened.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm excited. Can't wait to get you guys to come on my show,
Oh, yeah.
and talk about how you guys started this, because you guys are amazing.
Thank
you.
Tell
everybody.
Dude, I have. I mean, and I will tonight again as soon as we sign off.
Awesome.
I'm going to say, dude, I don't know when the episode's coming out, but I'm telling people, catch them no matter what, because it was just an amazing show with you guys.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Oh, yeah. I forgot one more thing that he does a really good job in, Nicolas Cage. He is in the Spider-Verse as Spider-Man.
He's going to get a noir Spider-Man.
His own freaking show. He's
fucking
his own
unbelievable.
Movie. This is why he's such a great. And wasn't he Coppola's like nephew or something like that?
He's a Coppola.
He's a Coppola.
It's actually wasn't his name actually Nicolas Coppola? Cage.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean,
he's in another movie coming out, or maybe
he's in everything.
Surfer.
I just want to also just shout out, because on Instagram, first of all, this destroyed on social media. Everyone said this was going to pass the nostalgia test, and shout out to Quad Pro Quo Pod, who are always engaging with our work. They said straight fire, Cyrus the Virus is an iconic villain, and John Cusack can get it. So shout out to that.
John Cusack can get it. Yes,
I love it.
John Cusack's best role, one of his best roles, was Hot Tub Time Machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine. Everyone, thank you.
Was good. The second one's up.
Thank you for chilling with us and the Nostalgia Test podcast here. Your new best friends for nostalgia. And check us out on all social media at the Nostalgia Test. Check out our website, thenostalgiatest.com. Leave a review or anything. We're gonna have some free digital downloads for this episode. There's so many quotes I could pick from. I cannot wait. If you're on the newsletter, join the newsletter. You always get some. You always get it in the newsletter. And we'll see you at the
Family
next
Man, another great one. Sorry guys, got it. I'm reading. I forgot how great of an actor this guy is. He's just been so much. Guys, just follow us.
Just for that, Manny, I'm just gonna play a clip. I'm gonna play a clip of your favorite movie.
Analysts are now psyching each other up. Can you imagine? Link Hawk is giving away just about 100 pounds to Bull Hurley.
Manny's favorite movie, Over the Top. Everybody, I will see you all the next test. Manny, peace.
Yeah, later.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. Please subscribe to the Nostalgia Test podcast to know when new episodes drop. Don't forget to leave us 5 stars and a positive review so more people can find the podcast. Share your thoughts and memories on today's topic on our Twitter @Nostalgia Test and on Instagram at The Nostalgia Test. Tune in next time because you never know what pop culture will pop up on The Nostalgia Test.